Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rama. Welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Clippers MyNBA series here on NBA 2K24. And we have our very first game here in the new Los Angeles Clippers arena. The Intuit Dome is open and we kick off a new era of Clippers basketball here in our new home. You can see packed to the max here in Inglewood at the new home of just the Los Angeles Clippers. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this historic night. Hope you are ready for the action. If you are, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more basketball content as we get ready to kick off the new home of the Los Angeles Clippers. This is a court I found in the downloads. It was probably my favorite of the group. Let me know in the comment section below what you think as we get ready to tip off. And the first game here in the Intuit Dome is underway. Also, a quick side note, I didn't want to rebrand the team just yet. I'm waiting to hear in real life if that's really the Clippers' plan for when they go to a new arena. If they do, I will then use a custom logo. But right now, we're still rocking with our old logo. As here's Paul George banging down low, spins off the defender, and he misses the first shot. Paul George coming off of a 44-point performance in our loss to Denver a couple nights ago. Well, the game will start for the Suns with a two-hand slam from DeAndre Ayton. Suns just a year ago, they finished 43-39, and this is a very appropriate team to be facing in our home opener because if you remember, the Suns were the last team we faced last year. They beat us in the second play-in game. And this is a chance for us to start our new era with a little bit of revenge as the first point scored in the Intuit Dome for the Los Angeles Clippers are by way of Kawhi Leonard. He hits the layup, and we're tied up at 2 apiece. Here's Devin Booker now with the basketball over to Ayton. Draws a double, finds a wide open Kevin Durant in the corner, and he's going to hit that more times than not. KD from the left side hits it as the Suns now take a 5-2 lead. They also lost in their first game of the season on opening night to the Golden State Warriors, 124-122 in a very tough matchup. As we also lost to Denver. Harden had 23 points in that game. But Paul George is who led the way as Harden already has 2 assists on this game while George has 2 points. Booker gets the screen right side, long 2, and he connects. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Devin Booker from the long range makes it now 7-4 as these teams start to trade early game shots. As George gets the screen right side from Zubats, he's going to try to drive on Booker, gets inside and hangs in the air just enough to avoid DeAndre Ayton. A nice play there for Paul George. Last year, missed significant time with that dislocated left patella. But since coming back at the end of last year, even into this year, he has been playing some phenomenal basketball. Durant wide open 3 left side. He connects again, and the Suns have not missed from the field yet. 2 straight possessions, though. You cannot leave Kevin Durant wide open. The former 2014 NBA MVP will make you pay. As the Clippers look to try to keep pace with the Suns, they find Leonard on the low block, forcing his way inside. With a turnaround, he misses the right hand. Rebounded here by the Suns. As on the other end, nice pass inside for Booker. Gets positioning on George, and he actually gets blocked from behind, but it's recovered by the Suns. Ends up back in the hands of Booker, who finds a wide open KD in the right corner again, but this time he misses. That was the first miss of the night for Phoenix, and it's a lucky break for us because KD again has a lot of open space. Harden now with the right side, trying to isolate on Bradley Beal. Finds Leonard in the post. They're trying to work this matchup. Leonard being matched up against a rookie tonight, trying to use his size and his experience to get the best of him. But that's the second straight post shot that Leonard has missed. I think Kawhi is a lot more dangerous moving off ball instead of this post game. But nonetheless, now Ayton inside on Zubats, and he misses the right, but he gets his own rebound. Finds Beal in the corner for 3, and it connects. Bradley Beal from the corner hits. Beal's first full season as a Phoenix Sun was a good one as he averaged 25 points per game for Phoenix. Harden left side 3, connects. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and James Harden's starting to get going here in this one. He also had a pretty solid year since coming over from the Clippers. If you remember his debut last year as a Clipper, he set a team-high 62 points in the record books. He's looking to have a very good first full year with LA. Signed a 1-1 deal in the offseason. Him and Leonard both did. George picked up his player option. All three of them back for another go-around here at the Intuit Dome. Leonard again, this time on the left block, working on a Jinka. Right hand connects that time as Kawhi gets it to go. Makes it a 13-11 ball game as both teams come out of the gates firing on all cylinders. Now Booker had it, being guarded by Paul George. Gets Beal open off ball for three, and he's off the mark. Booker had 34 points in their loss in that Golden State performance. As meanwhile on the other end, here's Harden. He's going to pull it back, wait to set for play. Clippers currently trail by 2. Leonard now has it left side. Screen coming from Zubats. And Kawhi will pull up from the free throw line. It's missed, but Zubats does get a nice rebound. He kicks it out for Harden for 3, and the beard misses. A rare miss by the former NBA MVP. And it's now Booker with it at the 3-point line on the other end. Gets a screen from Ayton, falls to his left, and he's off the mark. Maybe a little bit overzealous there. As George collects the rebound. Booker with only 2 points tonight. He's already had 4 shots, and instead that's going to be a layup on the other end for James Harden. Nice job getting inside. This time it was assisted by Paul George. We're all knotted up at 13 apiece. As we're about halfway here through the first quarter. Ayton with it. He actually loses the ball. He gets stripped by Zubats. Harden pushing the pace on the other end, and he runs right into Ayton. They're actually going to call a charge on that one. We're going to go to the end of the first quarter. The Clippers with a 30-24 lead as they weather the early storm of Phoenix and take a lead of their own. Now halfway through the second, it's a 44-35 ball game, so Los Angeles starting to pull out a little bit. Now a 9-point lead. As here's Kawhi Leonard with the basketball. As you can see, being guarded still by the rookie, and Leonard gets inside and finishes with the right hand. Nice move there by the claw. He has 12 points tonight on 6 of 11 shooting. Has been very effective when he's been on the court with that +10 ratio. Now over to Durant, a 3-ball from him, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. KD, now a 14-time All-Star. He's got 9 points in the first quarter, and he has done nothing but shoot the ball here in the second. Harden and trying to keep his team matched with it. There's that step back instead. Gives it up inside for Leonard. Continues to bang down low on the rookie Ajinka. He falls away, and this time he misses a little bit off to the right. The rebound is collected by the Dads. Ajinka now with it on the offensive side of the ball. Haven't called his name yet, and he's actually going to get fouled by Harden. I think it's a little bit of a ticky-tacky reach-in. But nonetheless, that'll be a foul nonetheless on the beard. So the Suns will inbound as a couple of new members check in. Inbounded to Jackson in the corner. And guarded now by Highland over to Ajinka. Swings it across to Durant. He stays in the game. Being guarded by Kevin Love. Durant gets to the rim and a little bit too strong. Tough shot nonetheless. James Harden collects the rebound. Now pushes it up the other way. Gets by his defender. Tries to kick it out to Highland in the corner for 3. And he's a little strong. Now rebounded by Phoenix. Watanabe over to Jackson. He pulls up from the mid-range and it's good. Nice shot there by Jackson as he gets on at the board total. Phoenix Suns, a very offensive firepower team. And I feel like they're built a lot like the Clippers. They have a very good big 3. You can almost say big 4 on offense with Durant, Booker, Beal, and Ayton. Just maybe a little bit thin on the depth. I mean, when you're paying those 4 guys big money, it's harder to fill out the rest of the bench. So you got to wait for guys like Jackson right here, the rookie Ajinka. They need to step up for Phoenix if they want to get back to the finals. But here's KD. The veteran gets to the basket, and that is a nice finish for him. 17 points now in this ballgame. He's only played in 12 minutes. He sat out a lot of the first quarter with 2 fouls, and he's making up for lost time. Harden now on the right side for Leonard. Backing down the rookie, gets underneath the basket, fades with his right, and this time again a little too strong. Again, I think you got to get away from this post play a little bit, but the Clippers have a strategy and they're sticking to it. Durant, Ajinka on the 3-point line, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by Kevin Love, who fights for it with Durant. Kicks it over now to Highland. A reset now with 3 minutes left to go here in the first half as Bones gets a screen. Stays with them as Jackson. Trying to cross him up. Pulls up from the right side. Too strong. Rebounded that time by the Suns. Highland 6 points here tonight on 2 of 6 shooting. Highland's only one of 4 Clippers to be in the point column. Meanwhile, Durant with a slam down as Kevin Love has had his hands full guarding him tonight, as that's a now 12-2 run for the Phoenix Suns, who were just down by 9 and are now only down by 2. 46-44 your score. He's now Highland with it. James Harden off-ball screen for him. Gets a good look, and he connects a big-time shot when you need it for James Harden. Pushes the lead back up to 5. To come in now on 2 minutes to go in the first half. Durant hands it off to the rookie Ajinka. Draws the double. Now being guarded by Leonard. Hands it off for Durant again. He has Kevin Love on him. Gonna try to take him isolation. Creates some space. Long 2. It goes in and out. Rebounded by Zubats. Now Harden with the left side. Gonna pull it back. Wait for Zubats to get off the floor. He's usually always the slowest man. It's a pick and roll. And instead it's a misfire. I think he had Zubats, but a little too strong on the passes. Harden. And it leads to a miss by Durant on the other end. I thought for sure that one was going to fall. All those stays with the Suns. Durant back has it, now being guarded by James Harden, former Thunder teammates way back in the day. And Durant blows right by him and slams it down with 2 hands. He basically took off from the free throw line to dunk that one. As Kevin Durant has just said, give me the ball and I will score. 49-46 is the point of this one. As now Highland has it right side, gets a screen from Zubats. He's going to drive inside, get to the rim, and a tough finish there for Bones. Highland really stepping up this year in the early going. The Clippers have high hopes for him as a scoring option for this team, as, well, he's one of only 4 Los Angeles Clippers to score, and he's the only one that's not in our big 3. Meanwhile, Durant again from downtown, left side. He is not missing. 24 points already for the Durantula here in this one. 15 of those by way of this quarter. As now we're inside, a minute left to go in the first half. Highland with it. He's going to get fouled. And we'll just go to the end of the first half, where the Clippers will take a 54-52 lead here at halftime in the Intuit Dome. But don't go anywhere. We still got plenty of basketball on the other side of the half. Very tightly contested ball game here in Inglewood, as Durant leads all scorers with 27, while Paul George had 19 of his own, trying to match pace with KD and match his total just from a couple of nights. But we'll get into the second half of this one, as it'll be the Suns starting off with the basketball, as Kevin Durant has entered takeover mode. And I mean, when you have a second quarter like he just did, I'm not surprised, as Durant blows right by Kevin Love again. I'm surprised Tyronn Lue didn't make this switch at half to potentially have Kawhi Leonard or somebody guard Kevin Durant. Still putting a lot of faith in Kevin Love to guard KD. Here's Leonard, left side, wide open for 3. He's off the mark as KD grabs the rebound. He'll walk it up, now meets James Harden. Gives it over to Booker, who did miss a lot of the first half with some foul trouble. There's now Kevin Durant right side for 3, and he connects. That time Love was there, but it didn't seem to matter. KD's already got 5 points here in the third quarter. There's a total of 32 points. And we're a minute into the second frame, or second half of basketball. George gives it up to Love, resets here. Now going to get a screen from the former Miami Heat player, as George gets inside and gets absolutely swatted. He's done it all on offense. Time to get him involved on defense, as he absolutely just rejects Paul George into the second row here behind the basket. At least the ball will stay with LA, as George takes the inbound pass, finds a wide open Harden in the corner, and if you give him time to set his feet like that, he will hit it. Nice 3 there for Harden. He had 12 points in the first half, now up to 15 after that 3, and again, only 4 Clippers have scored with the basketball in this game. Leonard, Harden, George, and Bones Highland. 10 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. Durant gets some space, dumps it off for Ayton, who draws the foul from Zubats. Nice play there by Kevin Durant. That'll send Ayton to the line. As you can see, played in all of the games last year, all 82. Averaged a double-double, 14.7 points per game, and 10.5 rebounds. As DeAndre Ayton, the former #1 overall pick out of nearby Arizona, still strong here with Phoenix. Obviously, there was rumors in the past of him potentially being traded, but it seems like he's stuck it out here with Phoenix, and well, I'd be happy too if I was playing with Durant, Beal, and Booker. All tied up at 59 apiece after the mid-range from Paul George. And speaking of Beal, here he is being isolated here on James Harden. Trying to drive left side on the beard, gives it up for Booker. He's drawing Paul George today. That's a nice matchup, but Booker steps back for 3, a little too strong off the right side. That's a tough shot Now Harden on the other end. Finds Love cutting inside of the basket, and he is too strong. That's why only 4 players for LA have points tonight. That is a wide open look for Kevin Love. You got to convert on that one. Instead, we stay at 59. As Beal now with it. Gives it up for Booker off the 3, and he connects. Nice screen there by Ayton, as he's just such a big body. He's very good at rebounds, good at scoring, also good off ball. As now Phoenix has regained the lead for the first time since the first quarter. 62-59 is your score. Here's Leonard again on the low post. Spins away, another miss. Still trying to get that game going, but it has not worked so far today. Durant, meanwhile, on the other end, blows right by Love again. Slams it home. That's now 34 points for number 35. And I really do think Tyronn Lue needs to think about potentially switching that matchup. Harden for 3 on the other end. That connects from downtown. Nice shot there from James Harden to cut back into this lead, making a 64-62 game as 3 minutes have gone by here in the third quarter. As Bradley Beal will charge right into James Harden. That'll be a turnover. And we'll go a little bit later into this one. 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. As it's 79-74 your score as the Suns force the miss there from Leonard. On the other end, here's Durant now being guarded by Covington since Love is not in the game. And that's an ill-advised shot. Maybe a little bit of a heat check there for the former MVP. As now Covington gives it over to Kawhi Leonard. And the Claw will drive inside, draw the double, and he can't finish. Good help defense that time by Bradley Beal to force Leonard a not easy shot. Now Bates Diop on the other end gets by his defender. A nice floater, kisses off the glass. Great play by Keita Bates Diop. One of the players the Suns really want to step up this year on the bench. He played in a very minimal role last year, only appeared in 12 games in total. He's going to be asked to do a lot more this year as basically the 6th man off the bench. That's a nice tough layup for James Harden that goes down. Cuts the lead again to 5. If you ever need a player just to hit a shot when you need it, it seems like James Harden has been that man. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Durant thought about a long 2. Now being guarded by Blake Griffin. Creates a little bit of space, and that one is a miss. Rebounded here by Griffin. Gives it up to Highland. Finds a cutting Covington inside. He'll give it over to Harden, and the Clippers will reset here. About 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. Harden trying to take Bradley Beal isolation now. As we're now inside 8 seconds. He steps back. Thought about it. Gives it up for Covington. Resets, but you only got 2 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. It's a long 2, and it's a little bit left. Not a good possession there for the Clippers. As now the Suns will look to go the other way. Diop over to Lee in the corner. He draws the double. Nice defense there by LA to not give up anything on the cut. As Bradley Beal gets a screen and he slams it down. He'll go to the line for an and one as well. We'll go to the end of the third quarter where the Suns have established an 86-80 lead on the back of that man right there, Kevin Durant. So going to the final quarter of basketball, and this one has not gotten much better. Now 97-89, an 8-point lead here for the Suns. As there's a nice block though on defense from Robert Covington. Everybody on the court currently in takeover mode. As Marcus Morris gets to the basket, he'll get on the stat sheet. Nice find there for James Harden. Now 97-91 your score. Devin Booker now with it. Gives it up to Bradley Beal. He's currently being guarded by Highland, getting some much significant minutes here. It's been one of our best offensive players this game. I don't mind it. Booker, meanwhile, gets inside. He misses, but he collects his own rebound. Kicks out to Durant, who still has not slowed down. Meanwhile, Booker with a nice bounce pass for Ayton. Slams it home. What a great pass there by Booker to find a cutting DeAndre Ayton, and the Suns get back up to an 8-point lead. 7 minutes left to go in this game. Harden finds George. He's going to drive inside. Tries to kick it out for Covington. Long 2, and it connects. Big Cove on the right side, as he was brought back in the offseason on a minimum contract to fill out this Clippers bench. 99 now to 93. Durant right side. Get waiting on a screen from Ayton. You can't go underneath the screen as it gives Durant that kind of space. And he connects from downtown, especially when he's been shooting like that tonight. You got to find a way to get through that screen without going under. Back to a 9-point lead here, 102-93 your score. As Morris gives it up for George. Booker now the only player in takeover mode on the court. Off of the pick and pop. Morris for three. He can hit that shot, but he doesn't do it on this one. Unfortunately, that rattles in and out. As we get him now on 6 minutes. Booker currently with it. Screen right side from Ayton. This time the help comes from Morris, but Ayton bleeds to the basket. Draws the double team. Gets the rebound. Wide open Booker for three, and he's got it. DeAndre Ayton made that play happen. That's just what he's all about, man. He's just a physical body down low. That's what made him the #1 pick out of Arizona back just 2019 or 2018, excuse me. As now it's a 12-point lead here for the Suns, their first double-digit lead of the ball game. James Harden off the step back a little too strong, and it seems like the Clippers are starting to potentially run out of gas. 5.5 left to go into this game. This is a big possession here as Kevin Durant looks for the dagger, but he doesn't get it. A little bit off the mark there on the three. Clippers not wasting any time. Harden wants a three of his own, and he's got it. Nice shot there by the Beard. Makes it again at least a single-digit deficit. Booker and the Suns, though, on offense, trying to get back to double digits. Trying to drive on Harden. Gets a little bit of space, and it rattles around the rim. Nice rebound here by Morris. Over to Highland. Now pushing it up to Harden. Finds Covington inside, who gets a hold of the basketball. Bit of a congestion down low, so Harden will pull it right back. 10 seconds to go left here on the shot clock. Trying to find this time George on the low post, being guarded by Durant. Not sure how effective this will be. He spins off of KD and is a little too strong off of the iron. As now Phoenix pushing it up the floor. Finds Ayton inside and he slams it down. Just inside defense has been a struggle. It's an 11-point lead, so we're actually going to go to the end of this one where the Suns will win by a final score of 115 to 105. The Suns, man, on offense, they're just a juggernaut. If this team can stay healthy, I can see the Phoenix Suns really doing some damage this year. Paul George, who had 18 in the first half, really slowed down in the second, only put up 29 on the night with 10 assists. While the Suns, they were led by, of course, Kevin Durant, who was just off the chain here tonight. He puts up 39 on the stat sheet. DeAndre Ayton, 17 rebounds to help out as well. And this is a matchup I could potentially see again down the line in the postseason. Now, unfortunately for us, we simulate the next game, and, well, the first injury hits. Nah'Shon Highland, our right hand fracture. He's going to be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. As we drop the next one to Sacramento, 124 to 112 at home, as Davion Mitchell didn't miss a shot for Sacramento. We get our first players of the week. It's Damian Lillard out there in the Heat, and then Nikola Jokic of the Nuggets. So congrats to them. We have our first trade here inside the season, as the Mavericks will trade Sasha Vezenkov to the Portland Trail Blazers for Al Horford. So the veteran center at his age 38 season will now head to Dallas, while Vezenkov will go to Portland, who maybe will get some playing time over there. We simulate the next game against the Suns, and we get even more bad news. Kawhi Leonard twists his right knee, so he's out a week to 2 weeks. And apparently also in this game, he bruised his tailbone. So I don't know what kind of fall Kawhi had, but it was not a good one. We at least pick up our first win of the season in Phoenix, 109 to 106, but this is what I was afraid of. Is this injury bug hitting us? Are we ready and able to adapt? One player we won't have is Riley Kugel, who we're actually going to send down to the G League. We can call him back up, though, if more injuries start to occur. The Nets will make a trade. They'll trade Malachi Branham, was they'll acquire from the Spurs, for Kendrick Williams with the acquisition of Desmond Bane. San Antonio didn't really have a point for Branham. We lose the next one in Dallas, 123 to 118. Luka put up 42 against us, and quickly we've fallen to 1-4 through the first 2 weeks of the season. Luka will then be named Western Conference Player of the Week, while his draft day trade mate in Trae Young gets it in the East. So speaking of the Mavericks, we have another game with them just 2 nights later, also in Dallas. And we didn't play the Mavericks last year, so I kind of want to play them this year because they're an interesting team with Doncic and Irving. They underperformed last year, and they just acquired Al Horford. So I want to see if Dallas has what it takes to make a postseason push. While we got to start winning some games. A 1-4 start is not a good way you want to start your new era here of Los Angeles Clippers basketball. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more basketball content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.